one tiny fear, Jeremy Udell.
Fearless, I am not. Don't mistake me. I'm not scared of much. I'm not afraid of the dark anymore. That hasn't been an issue for me since I was 18-ish. Not afraid of guns, because I bring my own with me wherever I go. I am not afraid of jumping out of a plane. I've never done it. I'm not crazy. I'm not afraid of them. Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests, there is one tiny, tiny thing that terrifies me. The wasp. This is not a bee. This is a wasp. Bees are very beneficial. Bees make honey. Bees pollinate things. I think of bees like tiny little soldiers protecting their territory. Only instead of chanting, "For Queen and Country," they shout, "For Queen and Honey!" When they attack you, protecting their home, they then have the good taste to go off and die. They've made their point. They've made the ultimate sacrifice, and they're off. Not this fella. This fella is going to mess up your world, then look for someone else's world to mess up. What are we supposed to do if we see a wasp? Stand still. What else do we stand still for? Tyrannosaurus Rex. For me, there's as much chance of me standing still for either. This is coming to get me. I learned at a young age what it was like to be assaulted by a wasp. Picture 3-year-old Jeremy playing in the backyard. La, 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 la. When one of these 6-legged bullies decided to attack me, its sting would have been warning enough. Yet within 10 seconds and 20 feet away, another wasp stung my cousin Josh. This was no accident. This was a coordinated attack meant to teach me that when this came for me, I was dealing with these. And they weren't just coming for me, they were coming for my whole family. I was traumatized. Traumatized, I tell you. In camp, when I was in 4th grade, I was sitting across from a young boy who got a wasp right on his shoulder. I looked at him. I was paralyzed for about 30 seconds at least. How do you tell someone they're about to die? What if it came for me next? Finally, I worked up the courage and said, "You have a wasp on your shoulder." The boy looked at it and went, "That guy is my hero." He looked into the face of evil and brushed it off like it was a bug. I wish I'd asked him to be my mentor. Like Mr. Miyagi in The Karate Kid, Jeremy's son. To have the courage to face the wasp, you must first do menial labor around my house. Wax my car, paint my fence, sand my floor. Honestly, if I was sure that would work, I would have done it. Recently, I came home from work to find one of these hooligans had broken into my house. It was circling around, waiting for me, just to mess up my week. I was on its list. I was fed up. I had 2 choices. Face that wasp like a man, or go back out to my car and wait for my wife. 30 minutes in the car, I immediately decided to man up. Went back inside, the wasp still circling. There's a great weapon to handle wasps, and we had it in the house underneath the sink. This is Raid Wasp Spray. It's not like roach spray, which just goes everywhere. It is a focused stream. And if there was a wasp on the apple in the back, I could hit it with this from here. I just needed to get to this under the sink. But guess where the wasp was flying? By the sink. I had to be really stealthy, so I blended into my surroundings. Like a ninja. I slunk forward and dove by the wasp and went under the sink and came up with nothing. The raid wasn't there. Had my wife moved it, it didn't matter. The wasp was coming back. What was I going to do? I reached back down, found the only thing I could find, a bottle of Windex. Would this work? I had no idea. I pointed the bottle, closed my eyes, pulled the trigger in. Has anyone else seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
I have.
In that movie, the father of the bride believes that this is a cure-all for skin disease. Anything from psoriasis to poison ivy, we're told. People, this has ammonia in it. Don't use it on your skin. I will tell you, it will rip a wasp out of the sky. As it writhed around on the ground in my deadly Windex, I walked over and introduced it to the bottom of my foot. Victorious! I had defeated my foe. I thrust a celebratory hand in the air, fired 2 victory shots into the air, and screamed, "Yow! There's Windex in my eyes." Fellow Toastmasters and guests, that day I found the courage to fight my fears, found a weapon to aid me in my battles, and learned the value of being humble in victory. Wax on, wax off. Mr. Contest Master.